Greetings and welcome to today's episode of LifeMoreSmart. I'm your host, Brian Pruitt. If you haven't already done so, press that subscribe button so you'll never miss another podcast. Now for today's episode. Today I'd like to talk to you about having a fighting spirit. Have you ever met someone who was just focused on doing the wrong thing? Doing the wrong thing over and over again? I once heard it said that most people won't participate in their own rescue, their own success. Have you ever tried to help someone and everything you did wasn't enough? Then they became angry and resentful when you decided to let them handle it on their own? The example that comes to mind is when parents will entitle their children perhaps not to work, not to clean up after themselves, not to save the money so they can buy their first car, to pay for their own gasoline, not to be responsible as they grow. In turn, the very kids they intended to help became entitled. They do it out of the goodness of their heart. They just want to help. The parents want to give their children a better childhood than perhaps they might have had. But that reminds me of a story. There was a young boy walking through the woods. As he walked, he stumbled across a cocoon. He noticed that there was a butterfly struggling to get out of the cocoon to escape. He watched with young curiosity as the butterfly was struggling to get out of this cocoon. After a few minutes of watching, the butterfly began to flap its wings and flew away. The boy was so excited what he had witnessed. As he continued to walk through the woods, he came upon yet another cocoon. Without thinking, he thought he would help this time. He had a small safety pin in his pocket, so he decided to use it and make a small incision to allow the butterfly out of the cocoon. He didn't want the butterfly to go through the struggle, to go through the hard work. So once the little boy made the incision, the butterfly extended his wings, flapped them a few times, then fell to the ground and died. What we don't at times realize is the struggle itself gives life. It was once said that without a test, there's no testimony. A child learning to ride a bicycle can only become independent, a good cyclist, independent of the training wheels, if those training wheels are removed from the bike. A child then must learn to balance, to steer, to pedal, to get up from the falls and go on to victory. The harder the struggle, the harder the battle, the bigger the victory. There are challenges, pain, sometimes suffering in life. But these challenges introduce us to ourselves, to things about us we've never known. They show us who we are. They develop the greatness in us. They give us power we didn't realize we had. Let me leave you with this today. Great things never come from our comfort zones. Well, that's it for today, everyone. If you've liked this podcast, don't forget to share it with a friend and those loved ones around you. Have a successful day, and I hope you join us again here soon.